Imagine trying to break through walls that were built to keep you small. Every step forward feels like hitting an invisible ceiling, every idea dimmed by the weight of what should be, what others expect, what systems demand. It's like running a race where the track changes behind you, where the rules are made to keep you locked in place, disguised as fairness but rooted in control. This is the quiet agony of so many who dare to think bigger, who want to invest not just money, but their soul into building the future. The world makes it seem impossible, or worse, makes you doubt if you deserve more. For those who have been watching from the sidelines, feeling the itch to do something extraordinary with their capital and influence, here's a truth that hits hard. Angel investing isn't just some side gig or fancy financial move. It's the new window, the secret door, the underground passageway to freedom, for those sick of settling for comfort, wrapped in chains. This is the playground of the bold, the rebellious, the ones who refuse the dull whisper of safe and choose the roar of the exceptional instead. But the problem is, too many don't see how deep that rabbit hole goes, or how much power they already hold. If you've ever felt trapped by the illusion of choice, like options exist but all lead back to the same cage, you know the pain. You pour hours into researching startups, juggling deals, networking, but something's missing. You want your investments to do more than just add zeros to your bank account. You want meaning, influence, an edge that no one else can buy or copy. You want to become part of a force that doesn't just follow the curve, but bends it, reshapes it on your terms. But here's where it gets real. Most angel investors get lost chasing trends or copying playbooks that are designed to keep them average. And risking your capital without a real strategy means being a passenger, not a pioneer. What if, instead, the act of angel investing was actually a declaration? A rebellion wrapped in transactions. A way to signal to the world and yourself that you're done playing by their rules. That you're ready, not just to gain wealth, but to wield it with purpose. To find projects that aren't just about scale, but about meaning. That you see the cracks in the system and want to pour your fire through them, creating something so vibrant that it cannot be ignored. This isn't about luck or timing, it's a mindset, a code. Investing becomes your weapon to forge new realities, not just financial ones, but cultural ones, redefining what it means to be elite. Here's the painful part. Most investors don't realize that true power comes from breaking away from the herd. They get stuck in echo chambers, talking to the same people, hearing the same advice, and worse, following the herd into another dead end. But the real elite, the ones who become legends, don't play by those rules. They question everything. They don't just fund founders. They forge alliances with the rarest of souls, those who burn brighter and refuse to dim their light to fit mold. They act patiently, knowing that true transformation is a long game, one that dissolves boundaries between money, influence, and change. So how do you step into that rare tribe? First, you have to unlearn the lie that freedom means comfort. It doesn't. Comfort is the velvet glove that hides the iron fist of conformity. Real freedom means being okay with discomfort, with uncertainty. It means rejecting the screenplay written for you by a world that fears exceptional thinkers. When you start investing with this fire, with this refusal to fit in, it's not just capital you're moving, but culture itself. Each dollar, each meeting, each handshake becomes part of a larger movement, pushing back at mediocrity, laziness, and the crushing dullness of the status quo. Now, this isn't about throwing money at whatever shiniest tech idea comes along. No, it's about becoming ruthlessly selective. This means understanding that your capital is your voice, and that voice should shout choice, not chance. It's about digging deeper into founders who don't just want to build companies, but want to build legacies that shatter old paradigms. Investors who get this don't just look at spreadsheets. They look at character, vision, and the courage to be different. This is the code for real influence. Not just making money, but molding the future's very fabric. Let's make it even clearer. If you want to be just another investor, feel free to keep replaying the same tired moves that the system rewards. But if you're hungry, genuinely hungry to rise, to transform not just your portfolio, but your entire existence, then you must take the path less followed. Dive deep into uncharted industries. Support founders who tell you no at first. Back those who reject safety nets for glory. Invest with eyes wide open to the power you wield, not just to gain, but to liberate and create. This is where investing becomes magic, when your decisions breathe life into ideas that rip apart old norms and usher in the new. But here comes the secret many won't share. That kind of investing isn't for everyone because it requires burning what's comfortable. It asks you to transform yourself, to see your money not as a shield but a sword, to be patient and yet fierce, calm but relentless. It demands that you question every piece of conventional wisdom shoved down your throat and instead craft your own truths. This transforms you from a player into a pioneer, from another face in the crowd into a blazing, unignorable force. It's this transformation that defines the new elite, a class that no longer accepts legacy systems, but builds their own. This doesn't just change your bank balance. It rewires your soul. It frees you from invisible prisons built by quiet lies. It breaks the chains of borrowed freedoms soaked in convenience. And in those moments of breakthrough, everything aligns: power, purpose, and true freedom. This kind of ammo cannot be printed or copied by the masses. It's only wielded by those who are brave enough to rebel, to be different, to celebrate contrast rather than sameness. It places you among the few who do not ask for permission, who do not beg for approval, but who grab the future by the collar and demand it listen. And what happens when the few rise like this? They don't just change their planets. They ignite entire galaxies. Angel investing becomes a revolution, a badge, a signal that you belong to a class of liberated individuals who have shrugged off the world's cages and built their own kingdoms. It's that fire you felt deep inside all along, that impossible urge that won't let you settle, that voice whispering that you're meant to build not just wealth, but new worlds. So, if the silence inside burns louder today, if the tension you carry feels like a call to break bonds rather than forge chains, lean into it. This moment, right now, is the crossroad where legends awaken. It's where you decide if you'll stay trapped in a system designed to dull your fire, or step into the light of your own making. Because angel investing, at its highest, is not status as the world knows it. It's the new elite. Not the one measured by money alone, but the one measured by freedom seized, by rules rewritten, by futures transformed. You are not here to fit in. You are here to rise, to invest in what awakens fire, breaks complacency, and shatters the ordinary. This is the power you have, waiting to be claimed, waiting to become your signature, your revolution, your legacy. And as that power grows, so too does the world around you, morphing into a place where the exceptional don't just survive, but thrive unapologetically. This is the real game, and you're already holding the key.